After the invasion of Poland in 1939, the Nazis began setting up Jewish ghettos. Civilians were branded and forcibly deported into cramped quarters and segregated from the rest of the city with walls or barbed wire. Their suffering was immense. There they waited, hoped, and prayed. History condemns the acts of the Nazis, but who could hold them accountable? And for those that never faced trial, was that fair for the millions of innocent victims? If there is a God, what about judgment and justice?
If there is going to be a judgment, then Hitler will not have got away with it, nor will the jihadists. Because you see, if atheism is true and I'm a Hitler, and once I begin to lose my power, just blow my brains out, well, I've won. I've had a life full of power, and that's the end, there's nothing. But if there is a judgment, that's a very different matter altogether.
I think evil is real, it's tangible, it's not just socially constructed. And I believe that the way the world was created, it was never meant to be here. And I believe that one day, and again, I can't prove this scientifically or logically or rationally, it's a faith statement, but I believe that one day evil will be eradicated totally.
Does the idea of a divine judgment help those in this life who suffer?
I do believe that the existence of that judgment, a final judgment, is a wonderful thing. Because without it, morality ends up by being an illusion because, and here again I had a discussion with Richard Dawkins about it. He said, look, you know, all this idea of a judgment and so on, and you telling me I've no ultimate hope. He said, I have real hope that we fight for justice in this earth. I said, Richard, it's wonderful to fight for justice in this earth, but the fact is that the vast multi-millions of people who've ever lived, most of them will never see justice on your view. They'll never get justice in this earth. It's great if we work for it, but it's past. They will never get justice. And on your view, they'll never get it in the future because there is no world to come. There is no other world. So ultimately, your faith is hopeless.
In April of 1945, as Soviet armies marched upon Berlin, Adolf Hitler ended his life. Having brought so much pain to so many, he escaped all moral responsibility with the pull of a trigger. Or did he?
Since the Bible, from beginning to end, reveals to us a God who's utterly righteous and utterly fair, I believe that if we could see, which we can't at the moment, what God does with people, and infants who are wiped out innocently by all kinds of things totally beyond their control. And this is a very risky thing to say, I suspect. But I do believe if we could see what God does, we'd have no more questions.
A world where evil abounds makes us long for ultimate justice. But in this life, most wrongs are never made right. Christianity teaches that God will make all things right, all things new, and all things restored in a world of unending peace. Isn't that a hope worth holding on to? What do you think?